Welcome back to the Coach Mack Show, the first edition for the 2014 season. Coach, I'm excited. I've been itching to do this for a couple of weeks now. We're in the new field house. Well, 4 months now since spring. New lockers in, new wall back here, Coach. A lot of work been done.
Yep, a lot has been done around here, and thanks to a lot of people helping out and the Board of Education for building this great facility we have. A lot of the guys that have been around for a while can remember the old field house that was sitting right here. We wouldn't be sitting in it right now. I can tell you that. We'd be somewhere else. But this facility right here is, we're spending a lot of time in. And of course, Tim Bass, who makes a lot of signs around town, made this right behind us and has done some other artwork around here and is still doing more along for us. But we really appreciate the Charlton County Board of Education and of course, the community for the splosh tax they passed to help build this facility, and the quarterback club for signing the loan to buy these lockers that we have. So a lot of people put a lot into building this facility, and of course partner Davis oversaw it, and I think he did a great job, and it was a real pleasure to be around and so forth. But we moved into this, I guess it would be about a year ago this week. I think we moved in here, so it's been a nice year here, and the place still looks brand new. And
it does.
The kids take care of it, and the coaches take care of it. So again, it's been a real pleasure to be in this facility.
When you bring in that 2014 for that get together before the Wilcox game, they're not gonna know what happened around here.
No, that group right there don't know anything other than the old field house and. I tell you, that place, I believe I'm correct when I say this, but I think the grand jury who goes around and inspects the different facilities several years ago walked through there and pretty much condemned the place, and I think we kept using it nearly 15 years after that. So anyway, it was lots been done here, and we're really proud of it, and I know the kids appreciate it, and we try to give our kids the best possible facilities, the best possible equipment, and the best possible coaching we can, and hopefully at the end of the day it really shows on the field.
No doubt about it, Coach. Talking about showing on the field, you never take any time off. You start off with summer workouts, passing competition, you got the new freshmen coming in. Talk about how the summer went.
Well, really, it even starts before that. When we get back from Christmas, we start our winter workouts. Yeah. And for the high school kids, the winter workouts go for 16 weeks. And it's 5 days a week, strength training, power training, and of course we shift gears all the time. We'll start off with basically getting them back in weightlifting shape, and then we'll try to really work strength throughout the middle of the winter time, and then of course getting towards spring, we start gearing for spring football, which we start working more on agility, conditioning, and on-field type things. And then we got into our 10 days of full pads come spring, and that went really well with us. And then we give them a couple weeks off right after graduation, and then we jump right into our summer program. And our summer program lasts really a lot of June and all of July, and we do a lot of weightlifting, of course, conditioning, agility work, maybe more agility work this year than we have done in the past, thanks to Coach David Pender, he's a former college, played a little NFL football, and he was a big track guy, and so he really led our football team through some agility this summer.
He was out on the field the other night, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He's our defensive back coach, and then, once we get done with the summer part, then we get in here. We put the pads on and get ready, and that's where we're at now. And now it's game week for us. Now we're in full game week mode with the Pierce County scrimmage coming up Friday night. So, we really come back to the first week or the first week of January to where we are now, with only throwing in a week here, week there break and all that. So we keep the kids busy, and, with the other sports they prepare for, our kids are very busy with the baseball, basketball, and so forth. But now here we are. We consider this to be game week. It's Pierce County, big scrimmage. It's always a little bit more than a scrimmage when we get to Pierce County. So, but our kids are excited. We still have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of adjustments to make. We have a lot to do with finding the right personnel putting them in the right spots. Last Friday was our soap game.
Right.
We had a great turnout, fantastic turnout.
Good crowd.
We have plenty of soap to last us quite some time, and we really appreciate the people for that. And our kids, we put them in game-like situations out there, and we got film. Today we watched film, and then we went out and got some practice in before the storms ran us off the field. But again, the film was very valuable. We were able to see some kids in live situations underneath the lights, and we realized that maybe we had some kids in some wrong positions, and we had some kids that played themselves into some positions, and we had some kids actually might have played themselves out of a few positions. So, this ain't rec football no more. I try to explain to them, and you got to compete for your playing time. We don't give you the playing time. It ain't like junior high or recreation football. This is high school varsity football.
Yeah. It's about these.
Yeah, you're going to have to really compete for your starting time. We just ain't going to give it to you. And some kids are having trouble with realizing that. They just kind of thought they were given a spot. And now find themselves getting beat out in that spot. So we have a lot of good competition. And I know we might talk about personnel later on, but I'm really excited about getting our kids even taking a step further in real game situations against someone else.
Yeah, I know that with that freshman class coming, I've always been close to that group of kids through rec ball and everything. Could you talk about at the soap game? There was several freshmen, at least from the fans' point of view. Looked like they made an impact Friday night.
Yeah, number 9, Eric Daniels.
Oh, yeah.
He played himself into a starting position. We haven't had a lot of freshmen start here, but the few that we have had start have been incredible football players. Yeah. And Eric has played himself into a starting spot. He's going to start at corner for us, and he's a fantastic football player, and he's going to end up being. If he can do everything right in the classroom, everything right in the weight room, and continue to gain some size, I think he can be a college football player one day. Of course, that's a long way down the road, but he's also he's pushing for the running back job. Yeah. I know everybody talks about the running back we had last year, Andrew Lee, and Andrew was a good running back last year, but this Eric Daniels guy, he's pushing him, and when we give him in the spring scrimmage. We gave them both pretty much the same amount of carries, and Eric had twice the yards. Yeah. And in the soap game, I think some of our better carries were from Eric. So, again, right now those two are going to split time at running back. Eric's going to start at defensive back, and also we've got a few other freshmen that have really come on. We have a center, Aaron Brazil, 57. Who's going to be an outstanding offensive lineman. Yeah. If he had just a little bit more experience and a little bit more body weight, I'd venture to say he'd probably be our starting center right now.
Man too.
But we've got a senior there right now that's hanging on to the job. But I think Aaron, before the year's over, may work into that. And then we got Israel Gilliard. Israel Gilliard isn't far away from. He's going to see a lot of time on special teams, and then from there you're going to see him maybe work a little bit of time in on defense, I think. So that group, like you said, is a really good group. We got some a big young lineman, Jonathan Chancey, big old kid, big guy who he was in the band in junior high. We got him out for football as a 9th grader, and I think he's going to be a great football player for us. And then you look at those 9th graders, and then you look at this group of 8th graders we have out here.
Awesome.
That's two great groups right there, back to back. For you to be really successful as far as at the state level, we found in the past it's best to have back-to-back great classes. One great class, that's good, but if you can ever get them back-to-back, if you can ever get them back-to-back classes, you have a chance to be really, really special football teams. So that's what we're hoping down the road for those groups.
Bethune, not to take away, I know this is the Coach Mack show, and generally he's talk about varsity, but the Bethune kids, they put on a nice show Friday night.
Well, in the spring scrimmage, I had a chance to sit up there with you guys and actually watch them for the first time. And I've seen some kids that are going to be special football players. And now with us practicing every day right next to them out here on the practice field, I can look down there and see some kids that look great.
You thought about going down there and rip?
Well, I tell you, they have some guys down there that I think if they were ninth graders, they would probably be pushing for playing time possibly. That's going to be a good group. They have a really unique schedule this year. You know, the Bethune team, they're going to have 3 road games and 4 home games, which is great. A lot of people are going to be able to see them. And I think they've got some, you know, they're going to play a few different people. They're going to play Duval Charter here at home in the Swamp. So I think that we're going to see them play a good private school there. And, of course, they've got Glenn Middle, Bacon Middle, some other people, Callahan, Yulee Middle, and Baker County Middle, I think I mentioned. But it's going to be a good year for those.
Callahan team solid.
Yeah, it's going to be good to see those guys play those people, and they're going to be here 4 times. So hopefully we have a huge crowd and get out and take a look at some very, very promising young football players.
No doubt about it. All right, Coach, we're going to take a short break. And I'm going to look over my notes, and we'll move on to the next topic. We'll be right back on the Coach Mack Show.
The Folkestone Pharmacy, your original hometown pharmacy for over 45 years, is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet broadcasts. Folkestone Pharmacy accepts insurance from most local employers, including the City of Folkestone, Charlton County, Babcock and Wilcox, AJM, and many others. While you're there, grab an ice-cold soft drink, and don't forget to check out the dollar value aisle. The Folkestone Pharmacy wishes the Indians an outstanding season.
Okefenokee Rural Electric Membership Corporation has been providing quality electric service at a competitive price to residential, commercial, and industrial customers in southeast Georgia and northeast Florida since 1939. For tips and advice on how to save electricity and stretch your energy dollars, call 1-800-262-5131 and speak to your marketing representative. We are a cooperative owned by those we serve.
All right, welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. Coach, I failed to thank you in the first segment. I wanted to thank you again for doing this our fourth year straight?
I believe so.
Fourth year straight. We started it in the spring of that first year. And it's been going for 4 years now, and I do appreciate it, Coach. Let's talk about that. We talked about the freshmen last segment. Let's talk about the leaders coming up, the young men you see starting to kind of develop into a leadership role on the Indians.
Well, last year we had a senior class that provided some of the best leadership I've ever had here, and this group right here should have learned something from that group right there. But some guys that are really providing some good leadership. Of course, Kurt Nixon. Kurt Nixon not only is a good leader, but he's a great student. 3.6 GPA. Had a great year last year at wide receiver, defensive back, kick returner. Kurt is also. He's committed to Appalachian State, Division I school as a wide receiver. So, with him and really Levi Cribb is another guy who provides a lot of good leadership, and also Tevis Dasher. Those 3 right there probably are providing the best leadership of any of the seniors we have. But we also have some good juniors who I think are stepping up into some leadership roles. Toby Dasher on the defensive line. He's a leader with his play on the field.
Yeah.
Of course, Friday night you saw what he can do to you.
Oh, that defensive front was dominating.
It was a great defensive front, and even sophomore number 51, Mookie Smith. Mookie had an incredible game also in there. But those guys are they're going to be our leaders, I think. And of course, leadership kind of comes over time also. Yeah. Right now, with the heat like it is, we're out there practicing this heat, and everybody's sore. We're back in the weight room. We're back in school, so we haven't really got to playing yet. And everybody's a little sore and feeling a little sorry for themselves still right now. But I think all that will change once I told them, I said, once we get the costumes out and dress you up and go play you under the lights, I think that'll change.
The band starts playing.
Yeah, the band starts playing and all that kind of stuff. I think that we'll start seeing some more leadership, come out of our guys. So, we expect to have some leadership, especially from those guys I mentioned, even from some of the other seniors. And again, some of our seniors are really still competing to keep their jobs or to get their jobs sewn up. So, a lot of them are worried about that right now rather than providing leadership. But again, it's a good senior class. It's a senior class that I think that it has played a lot of football. And again, we expect good things from them.
I know Friday night during the soap game, we don't want to give away too much for Pierce County, even though it's just a scrimmage. It's more than a scrimmage around here, it seems like. But the defensive side of the ball, they were outstanding.
Defense was fantastic for a couple of reasons. Number one is there's some players over there that can really go. You know, Toby Dasher, Mookie Smith, a really fantastic. Anthony Jackson, number 44, inside linebacker, can really play. And then also Brad Milton. We played Brad Milton at defensive back, outside linebacker. Brad also scored a touchdown on a long pass. He's somebody that's really come on, number 15. Last year he was 23. This year he's 15. He's a junior. And he had a great scrimmage. So, yeah, the defense I thought did really good. Plus, the defense has been seeing our offense all summer and all.
A little bit of advantage there.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that they had some definite keys on some of the things we were doing, but they did also a good job. Our offensive line, we expect them to be very good group, but our offensive line was whipped pretty good by our defensive line. So I'm hoping it was more that our defensive front is really that good.
With it.
And hopefully we ain't going to see nobody as good as Toby Dasher and Mookie Smith throughout the year. We could, but I hope not. If we do, we could be in trouble. So, again, the defense is a little bit ahead of the game than the offense. We spent a lot of time today on film and on the practice field just working on the offensive side of the ball, making a lot of adjustments in our blocking scheme. And we're even, it's a little early for this, but we're even already throwing some things out that we don't feel are working well for us. So, hopefully, offensively, we're going to be able to get the ball going a little bit more up and down the field.
Friday night, what can the fans expect in Pierce County? Are you going to show everything that night, or just kind of go through?
Yeah, we don't really feel it. We're not going to hold anything back. We're going to, other than maybe some trick stuff here and there, but we intend on trying to put our kids in a situation for 3 quarters. For 3 quarters, it's going to be varsity versus varsity. It's going to be, in that 4th quarter, will be a mixture of some younger guys and different people and so forth. But no, we're going to do everything we can to get our stuff on film for us. I know our next opponent will see it, and down the road they'll see it. But I think that we need to see what we do best. We need to start identifying the things we can really hang our hat on. And so Friday night, no, we're going to run what we feel is our best stuff. We're going to play who we feel is like our best players. And we may work a little bit more people in and out than we would during regular season just to get them on film. But again, no, we ain't going to hold nothing back. We ain't going to save nothing. We don't have enough stuff in to save. We need to use everything we got to try to be successful.
Now, speaking of Friday night, some schedules have 8 o'clock. Some have 7:30. You emailed us this afternoon. It is 7:30.
It is 7:30. It is 7:30. So hopefully everybody's there to see it. It's $6 at the gate, and I think the bands are going to be there. And as far as I know, we're going to try to take a 20-minute halftime after the first 2 quarters to let the bands, if they want to do their halftime show, do that. So it's hopefully going to be like a real Friday night football game, and we're going to treat it. We're treating this week as a game week. We're going to treat Friday as a game day. So it's going to be a good experience. It's going to be good to get out there and under the lights in front of the fans and everything, and get it going. And of course, Pierce County is a good football team. They have 3 running backs, a couple of which I understand are college prospects. They're going to be young at quarterback, but they're going to be very good at quarterback. They have 2 sophomores that are excellent quarterbacks, who both will be prospects when they get older. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they're fantastic at inside linebacker, inexperienced on the D line, but good. But play a lot of guys there. In the secondary, going to do some multiple things in the secondary. Have some real talent back there. A couple college prospects in the secondary. They probably have a roster of probably nearly 100 kids. Looking at last year's film, of course, they lost a quarterback who's competing for the number 2 job at Central Florida right now. And of course, they're always going to have people move in, transfers. It's I guess it's a good place to live, Blackshear, Pierce County.
So must be a great place.
We don't always know what we're going to see from other places, so we got to be ready. But Coach Pender's a great offensive coach, great offensive mind. He's going to do some things that are going to hurt us. We know that. Last year they killed us in the screen game. We weren't ready for it. This year, of course, we're preparing for a lot of screens. We're preparing for the passes that we've seen from them in the past and so forth. And again, with the great running backs they have, we're looking for a heavy dose of the running game also. the youth at quarterback, plus great experience and great talent at running backs, and a big offensive line, a big talented offensive line, a couple 300-pounders up there that's going to knock you off the football. So
it'll be a good test for Luke.
They're going to be good. They lost a great senior class a year ago, but I know they have a great senior class coming back this year with a lot of talent. Pierce County is a team that I know they expect to go deep in the playoffs. I know they expect to win their region, and I'm sure that's what you're going to see. So you're going to see a 3A team roll in here that expects to go deep in the playoffs and possibly win and even have a chance to play for it. I know the people in Blackshear expect to play for it. I mean that they always do, don't they? Yeah. I mean, and we always expect to have a losing season. I don't know how that works, but anyway, I know they're going to bring a big crowd. They're going to bring a lot of expectations. They're going to bring a lot of talented football players, and so it ought to be interesting.
So we need to pack the house Friday night.
We do. It's time to get everybody out here and get them into the swamp.
I know everybody's treating it like a real game. Pierce, the proximity with Pierce and Charlton creates a natural rivalry to begin with. I think the only thing that separates the rivalry is the classifications.
The classifications and the fact we don't play regular season. Yeah. But this is a great situation to play here in the scrimmage and with our athletic department relying solely on gate receipts to fund the entire athletic program, we don't take any tax money, any school money. It's a great situation for us. It's a great fundraiser for us also. Big crowd, come on out and support us and see some good football.
I know Charlton Sportsnet is also, we're treating it like a regular season football game, and you can get subscriptions at the office or on our website at the school office up here. $50 the entire year, everything we cover, Coach, including playoffs. And that was a sticking point with some folks last year. The network, NFHS, was charging for playoffs. Well, this year you get a $50 subscription. As much as our teams around here go to the playoffs, just think of one travel city.
Yeah, exactly.
$50 for the entire year, regular season and playoffs for every sport we cover in this school and other schools.
That's right.
So it's a fantastic deal. See the front office at CCHS, or you can go to charltonsportsnet.com. It's on the website, and it's also on our NFHS channel. There's a link there as well, I believe. So we're ready for that, Coach. Got going into Friday night, looking ahead toward Mercer. Well, I was looking ahead to the game at Mercer with Manchester. Are we ready to take on Mercer yet, Coach?
No, I don't think we're ready to take on Mercer, but we're looking forward to using their facilities, and we're looking forward to playing a football game in that part of the state. Yeah. And I think that's going to be something I think the kids are going to enjoy. It's going to be a 5:00 kickoff.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot, but like I tell her,
AstroTurf, right?
It's on turf and Jumbotron, a big beautiful stadium, the whole thing up there in Macon, Georgia. But like I told our kids about that, and I know that's down the road, but I explained to them, the 5:00 start, it's going to be warm. It's going to be tough, but you got the Jacksonville Jaguars down the road here. They're going to play 1:00 games. It's a week later, and they do it, and all these colleges are going to play 1:00 games. So 5:00, it's no reason for us not to have everybody there and support that game, and not only watch us versus Manchester, who Manchester's a very good playoff AA school, but also watch the game right after ours is going to be Fitzgerald versus Heard County. Yeah. Two also playoff AA teams, so it'd be a great opportunity for people to take a trip up there and maybe spend the night and watch two very good high school football games in a great facility, a great venue, and come away with that. So we're looking forward to that, and with that in mind, we're also in our coaches meetings talking about trying to develop a little bit of depth at some positions because of the fact it's a 5:00 game up there. But again, we look forward to talking about that down the road. So we're excited about our schedule. We got Hilliard at home. We renew our rivalry with Bacon County. We're going to open up their new stadium up the road. So that's going to be exciting. And
a lot of firsts around here this year.
Exactly. And then, of course, we got Atkinson County coming back in the region. We start off with them here at home in region play. So Atkinson County, a former rivalry back in the old days. So it's going to be a great year.
How do you think the region, obviously we want Charlton, number one. How do you think the strength of the region is?
I think without a doubt, and I know we'll talk a lot more about this later, but I think Clinch County, without a doubt, is the team to beat in the region.
Really?
And then after that, I think Irwin County is the next team to beat in the region. Those two, by far, are the two top teams in the region. Turner County, we struggled with them last year. They're better. Telfair's better. Wilcox is better. Everybody's better in our region. We, without a doubt, probably have one of the toughest regions in all classifications in the state of Georgia, and we've always had it like that. So it's nothing new for us.
I know we've referred to it as the SEC of Georgia high school.
A great example was we finished third in the region last year, but finished second in the state.
Yeah.
So the region tends to be a little tougher in the state.
Maybe you should just let us settle it and be done with it.
That's right.
Coach, anything else you have? Any fundraisers going on? Lockers, the plaques still going on?
We're still selling that. We're going to continue to sell that. We'll probably always do that. We can always double up on them and so forth, but we got a lot of interest in that. I've got actually 3 more on the way being made. We're going to put up in here. We just got done with our golf tournament. We had the best turnout we've ever had for our golf tournament for a fundraiser. That was last Saturday. Appreciate everybody participating in that, especially Robert Bryant, who really heads that thing up.
Yeah.
Appreciate Mr. Lee out at the Folkestone Golf Course for letting us have it out there. And, of course, we did our scorecards, the little discount cards. Yeah. We did that, and we did better on that than we've ever done. And that credit right there goes to our kids. Our kids really got out and
they did. Really
worked that thing this year. And I'm really proud of the job they did. And, again, our athletic program and our football program, we don't take in tax money. We don't take in any kind of school money. We have to generate our own money through gate receipts or fundraisers, and right now we're doing a pretty good job at it.
Well, if you ever need a salesman, Larry Carter. I went around there with that golf tournament.
Yep.
You told me to go around there to the cornhole.
That's right.
Where they were playing cornhole to get closer to the green without it counting against them.
Yeah.
Larry was selling.
He did a great job there. I think he ended up getting $350 out of everybody's pocket. So that was a good job he did. And our goal at that golf tournament is figure out ways to make sure that you leave there with no money in your pocket. And I think this year we did a great job. We left nobody left any money.
There was one group while I was there. I went around there to take some pictures. And he must have gotten those 4 players for $40 while I was right there.
That's right. He did a great job at that. We had a lot of people step up and do a great job at that golf tournament, and that's something we've done every year. And again, if you enjoy playing golf and want to go out and have a great time with us, next year, probably the exact same Saturday, the second Saturday in August, we'll probably have it again. So start looking forward to that next July to get your name signed up. It was a sellout. We couldn't take no more teams.
Yeah.
So that we were excited about that.
Very good, Coach. It's great to have you back. We appreciate you having us back, rather. I appreciate
great to talk about Charlton County football.
Oh yeah, we love it. We love it here, and we'll see y'all the week before the Mercer.
Week before Mercer, we can do it again, and I hope to see everybody out here in the swamp. 7:30 us versus
7:30 Friday night.
That's right.
7:30 Friday night. We'll see y'all Friday night.